video is entitled Fake Israel Destroyed Will Lead Christians to Lucifarianism. So as you know, on this channel, I don't believe that the Israel that we see over there, the geography of Israel, is the real Jerusalem. I believe that they actually moved the true markers of Israel back in the Enlightenment period, when they were pretty much repainting the images of the true Israelites and also of Christ. And when they parted the lands of the Most High God during the Council of Trent, when they parted the lands of Africa, which is the true place, I believe, of Israel. I believe the true place of Israel is over in Ethiopia, in the old Demont Kingdom, DMT Kingdom, over by Yeha and Aksum. I believe that's where the true Jerusalem is, and the whole Israel's a lot greater, a lot bigger than we know. There are maps that show of the greater Israel, and it fits. Everything fits. The mountains surrounding, and the upper Tigray mountains in Ethiopia. It all fits to the geography of the true Jerusalem, true Israel. But I believe that land over there is not the true Israel. But since the world believes, since they're in a spell right now, that those people over there are the true quote-unquote Israelites, which are nothing but the Revelation 2939 people, which says that there are people that claim to be JEWS, but they're not. And, you know, Christians are completely sold out to the notion that these are God's people and that they must protect and give to those people regardless of what they do, what kind of criminality that they wage on the world, as they are to the people of Gaza, Palestinians. But I think, you know, these the fakes over there, they're tied to Bible prophecy in the eyes of Christians. So they believe that that land is sacred and that God will not allow that land to be destroyed. But then that those people would awaken, since a lot of those people do not believe that Christ is the Savior. They actually, in their Talmud, they believe that he's burning in excrement. So anyways, but the Christians of nowadays believe that those are the true people. So to kind of justify the title of this video, it says Albert Pike, he wrote a book called it was the 3 World Wars, right? So the 3 World Wars, now Albert Pike was a 33rd degree Freemason, and he basically made a prophecy, so to speak, of how the history of the world how it would pan out, right? So there'd be one war and 3 wars, and he mapped it out completely perfectly. The protocols of Zion. So he mapped out the 3 world wars, and if you go and look at the 3rd World War, it says it will be taking place between the agitators of Zionism and the Arabs, right, and Islam, right? So they would be fighting over in this land, which we know is the Middle East, and that war will become such a nuisance and such a hindrance on the world that the world will just be completely in chaos because of this war going on between the Zionists and the Muslims or Islam, right? And it will become so bad where the nations will get into war with one another, and it'll end up, causing just mass hysteria throughout the world. Now, I've always wondered what is going to cause the world to completely accept Lucifarianism. What's going to cause the great falling away? Now, some people would say that Christianity in itself, because it's built on paganism, has caused the true faith to die away, in which I also believe that as well. But I also believe that this whole ideology has different facets to it. I believe that that's one of the facets, Christianity, because it's paganism. It gave you certain tenets of the true faith, saying that there will be a Christ that would come and he would die for the sins of the world. But then it doesn't talk about the true Israelites, which are the Negroes scattered to the 4 corners of the earth, and how there still is people, and how we still have to obey the law, statutes, and commandments, and how basically his people disobeyed him and they were put into slavery and captivity all over the world, and that when they awaken, to know who they are as a people, then judgment will come to the nation. See, the people in Christianity, they will not hear that. They, in no way, shape, or form would ever believe that the Negroes are the true children of Israel scattered to the four corners of the earth. They still are under the spell that those fakes over there in the fake Israel are the true children, are true children of Israel. They also believe that the covenant was not made with the true children of Israel and the Most High God. They believe that the church is how taken the place of the true children of Israel, and that the promises are going to the church. When the promises are going to the children of Israel, and they shall rule with Christ being the head, and the Gentiles shall be those that shall be ruled over. But there will be Gentiles that will make it into the Most High Yah's kingdom. So I'm not saying that they will not be saved. Those that truly serve the Most High God in spirit and truth, believe that Christ came, died, and rose, sent from the Father, died, rose for their sins, and obey his law, statutes, and commandments, believe that his children, which is the original branches, are the true children of Israel, and that they are the wild branch that was engrafted on. So it also in the Bible it says that you should not boast against the natural branches. So the church, as we know, this Christian church, paganized Christian church, boast against the natural branches. They think they have replaced Israelites, the true Israelites, as God's people, when they are the ones that are engrafted in. So let's go back to the title of the video: Fake Israel. The fake Israel and the fake people that we believe, that Christianity believes are the true people, they shall turn to Lucifarianism because of this. I believe that once that fake Israel is destroyed, that will completely send a tidal wave and a shock throughout all of Christianity to the place where their whole belief system will be shattered. Because if fake Israel, the Israel they think is the real Israel, is destroyed, if it's destroyed, then that means that, whoa, what's going on? These are God's people. This is God's land. He caused it to be destroyed. That's not in the Bible. This Bible's not true. God is not real. His people have been destroyed, or his land, quote unquote land, has been destroyed. This also follows the whole train of thought with Albert Pike, where he says that in the end days, there'll be the agitators, which are the Zionists, and they'll have the war with the Islam, and then true Lucifarianism shall take over the world, right? Because of all the agitation that they'll send out the narcissists, all these people that are trying to do the spread the regender. You can be any gender that you want. The ideologies of if you want to be a dog, you can be a dog. If you are a man, if you want to be a woman, you can be a woman, and vice versa. All of these different evil satanic ideologies flooding the world is what Albert Pike said would happen as the agitators of the world, which are the Zionists that spread this evil all throughout the world. Some people call them the Great Satan. They spread this evil all throughout the world, get the societies in different nations to accept these wicked ideologies, bring down the world, the morality of the world to such a low point to where the world is engulfed by demonic spirits. Man, everyone's engulfed by demonic spirits, and you feel this darkness that I know you feel in the world now, where it seems like it's just different than it's ever been. You don't feel the same around people. You just don't trust people. All of this stuff. So anyways, Christians are the ones that are still propping up these fakes over in this fake Israel as being the people. So what if, listen, what would jar Christian people that claim to be Christians to the core? What would jar their faith and their belief system so much to where they would walk away from Christianity and say, let's seek something else out. Let's follow a new way, which would be and will be Lucifarianism, because you know that people are already doing paganized worship practices. They're already doing kundalini and astral projection, leaving their bodies. They're witches and warlocks playing with tarot cards and soothsayers and psychics, and they're playing with Ouija boards, and they're going out in the woods and doing sacrifices and doing all these different rituals, right? So we already know the alchemy. They're already doing all of these things, right? So if the Christians that are right now dabbling into this demonic dark art type of religious practices, They're already doing it. You can find Christians that call themselves witches, that are trying to invoke spirits in order to have some sort of greater connection with the spiritual realm. They're already doing it in Christianity. So if there's something like that happens in the world, as we see the wars occurring and all this, right? That place that they call Israel is destroyed. That'll shatter their belief system, I believe. It'll shatter what they believe about the Bible as being a valid source of truth from God, because we know that the Word of God, the Bible, is inspired by God. Now, if those people are destroyed and that land is destroyed, I believe that will lead, finally, Christians to, in bulk, lead them to Lucifarianism. And that part in the Bible where it says that there's the great falling away that's going to happen, paraphrasing, there's a great falling away. Of course, Christianity is a falling away because it took away the true essence and the true tenets of true worship of the Most High God, because it brought in paganism, Hellenistic paganism, Roman, all these worship of deities, worship of making these deities gods, like worship of fallen angels, right? And that's what Christianity really is. You can go into churches, you see big statues and angels, and they're doing these different poses, and these people are worshiping fallen angels and making them deities. And this is in the Christian church. So I just believe there needs to be a little bit of a push, more of a push that goes against their complete belief system, to bring them to that place where Albert Pike said that in the Third World War, that the people will turn to Lucifarianism. And so if that place, fake Israel, is destroyed, once those Arabs and once Iran and once Russia all come against that fake place, because we know that iron wall that fake Israel says will protect them from the bombs and the missiles from their enemies, they were penetrated, as you can see last week. There are videos that show that those bombs hit, and they try to make us believe that wall is just so strong and they were just so protected and nothing, but they won't tell you. They don't. Western media will not tell us what's really going on over there in that fake Israel. What's really going on in that war. How many of their own have actually perished because of the attacks of Hezbollah and Hamas in Iran? They will not tell us that. But see, we know there's also videos that show those bombs landing. So imagine if China throws bombs at them. Imagine if Iran goes crazy and says, you know what? We're going to just go all out, because guess what? It's time. We have the backing of Russia and China coming against this fake place that's caused all of this, because they hate that. They hate fake Israel. Russia, China, they're just waiting for an opportunity, along with an opportunity to strike the West, quote unquote, Europe and Babylon, which is America. It's all written. The judgment of the nations is here. It's just a matter of time. And when the Christians that call themselves Christians, and I'm not going against everyone that says I'm not going against no one. I'm telling you the truth. I am saying that Christianity is false. It is fake. It is paganism. Christianity is not the true faith. It was instituted to be like a yin-yang type of thing, where it has a little good, a little bad, and then they serve it to the people on a nice plate, and they say, okay, Christ is the Savior. He died and rose. So now you say, okay, immediately this is the religion, because Christ is involved. He died, he rose. We know he's the Lord. But then they bring in all their paganism and all of their holiday worship, Christmas and Easter and worship of Estar and all of these pagan gods. And now you're Easter egg hunting, which is nothing but some pagan ritual, right? You're celebrating Saturnalia and worshiping images like Santa Claus. Santa Claus is nothing but Satan. Someone going and bringing gifts to people for being good. If you're bad, we won't give you any gifts. If you're good, we'll give you some gifts. And he comes through your chimney at nighttime and he gives the family gifts, and everybody is all tripping out saying, oh, give me this, give me that. It's all about greed and about just what we can get. And then they tie Christ's birthday to it. See, Satan is a wicked, deceptive, evil foe. Very tricky, because he would tie something like that, like Christ's birthday, to a time of greed, to a time of, oh, we have to receive. It's all about what we receive. It's not about us putting our hearts and our minds and worshiping Christ on his birthday. That's not his birthday, no way. That's not his birthday. But they tie, you see how he's so sneakily tied and wove something as sacred as Christ's birthday to some demonic, wicked, pagan holiday, which is actually the worship of Tammuz and Semiramis. That's what those balls on the tree is, pagan worship. They even talk about that in the book of Jeremiah, how they went to the woods and chopped down the tree and they put these balls on the tree. It's nothing but pagan worship. So, once again, that Israel over there that you see, fake Israel, that's not the true Israel. But the Christians that call themselves Christians have been taught to believe that that is the true Israel, and those are the true people. So once that Israel is destroyed, I believe because of the fighting with the Islam, and also once Russia gets involved and China, once they finally, I believe, destroy that place, that's going to send a shockwave all throughout the world, all throughout Christianity, because it's not going to fit the narrative that they believe of the Bible, which says that those are his people and he will not allow them to be destroyed. And then once it happens, people now are going, Christianity going to lose faith, turn to Lucifarianism. And also, they're still waiting for a rapture. Blessings to you. Shalom. Like, share, subscribe. If you'd like to donate to the channel, please go to Cash App, $, Judah J Talks 144. Until next time, you guys, shalom.